Oh, hey there, Bruzer Nation. Raise those anchors and get ready to take a ride on the Bruze Cruze. This week on the Bruze Cruze Podcast, the only podcast that brings you pro wrestling for your ears, the grudge between the King of Darkness, Evil, and Tetsayu Naito continues. Naito with his commanding lead of the B block with 10 points, with only one loss so far in this tournament. However, the always impressive Evil looks to keep Naito's point total at 10 and tie him. Get ready for the main event from the Achi Prefectural Gymnasium on October 11th, 2020, the B block. But first, once again, we have to take a look at the Bruze Cruze Tale of the Tournament before we get there. Now, Tetsayu Naito has spent 2 hours, 34 minutes, and 34 seconds of time in matches in this tournament. Less than 35 minutes short of the all-time record total length of block matches by a single competitor, and we're not even in the finals yet. He has already surpassed his 9-match total of 2 hours, 29 minutes, and 3 seconds from last year's tournament. He has accounted for 16.5% of the B block's total match length. The next highest in the B block is Tanahashi with 11.86%. After that, Shingo Takagi with 13.2%. His average of 25 minutes 46 seconds is more than 4 minutes longer than the 21 minutes 2 second record that Okada set in last year's tournament. Evil himself, no stranger to double-digit points, as he finished with 12 in 2017 and 10 in 2018. Evil's longest match as far as winning goes, 19 minutes and 58 seconds, with Tetsayu Naito's 28 minutes and 28 seconds. 27 minutes and 8 seconds is how long it took Naito to get defeated in his longest and shortest loss, since he only lost once. However, Evil's longest loss, 14 minutes 54 seconds. The shortest one coming in 4 minutes and 33 seconds. The shortest win, it took 21 minutes and 58 seconds for Tetsayu Naito. And for Evil, 15 minutes, 35 seconds. The average winning match length for Tetsayu Naito, 27 minutes, 8 seconds. For Evil, 9 minutes, 43 seconds. As we spoke earlier, Tetsayu Naito has spent 16.50% of total match length for the B block, as opposed to Evil's of 9 minutes and 39 seconds, with an average total of 14 minutes and 40 seconds between all of his matches, with Tetsayu Naito coming out on top in the numbers again, 25 minutes and 46 seconds. What do these two have in store for us as we come to the close of this section of the B block in the G1 Climax tournament, the 30th edition? I highly doubt we finish the 30th edition of the G1 Climax before the 31st edition is over. They're already 3 nights in, and I am incredibly behind when it comes to the G1 Climax tournament, the 30th edition from last year. Now the question remains, does Tetsayu Naito get to 12 points? Or does the King of Darkness, Evil, who makes his way to the ring with Dick Togo in tow, get himself to 10 points and spoil? Well, he won't really spoil because Naito is basically in the finals. But can he tie him up with his hard, rough style? This all started over the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championships way over a year ago when Tetsayu Naito left Inaugurals Day Japan and joined the Bullet Club, much to Naito's dismay. Arriving at the ring steps with his shredder-like jacket on, ready to take it to Tetsayu Naito. Bruzernation, I hope you have enjoyed our coverage of the G1 Climax tournament. 30 years of the G1 Climax, each one almost pretty much better than the last. Visit us at BruzernationProductions.com for all of our content. Tweet us at BruzernationPR. Visit us on Facebook at Bruzernation Productions. And don't forget our other podcast, To the Turnbuckle, where me, Travis Napper, and Logan Morris talk about the week's happenings in professional wrestling, covering WWE and AEW as best we can because we like to fool around and get distracted. 3 hours live every Tuesday from 5 to 8. It drops on Spotify shortly after in 2-episode increments right after the Bruze Cruze Podcast, the only podcast that brings you pro wrestling for your ears, which drops at 6 o'clock in the morning every Thursday. Both of those times are Eastern Standard Time. Tetsayu Naito, the dual champion, IWGP Intercontinental and Heavyweight Championships. And in his legit white suit and jacket, looking ready to go. No fear ever in Tetsayu Naito. Or Zero Mierdo, as one of our favorite wrestlers likes to say each and every week, whether it's Dynamite, Rampage, or a pay-per-view, laying the championships on the apron and sliding in the Intercontinental Championship, staring a hole at the King of Darkness. And now he slides in the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Making his way up the steps, slowly but surely, letting the fans soak in the greatness that is Tetsayu Naito. Or should I say Naito Tetsuya? Because that's how they say it in Japan. They like to go last names first. Ready to take it to the King of Darkness, Evil. What will Togo have to say and do in this match, as Old Red Shoes always referees the main events, checking Evil for weapons and other nefarious items that he could use to taint his victory against Tetsayu Naito. Evil in the blue corner, patiently waiting for Naito to remove his entrance gear. Tetsayu Naito does have his patented ball cap. He did not wear it out, but he put it on the red corner's ring post. Sweatbands around his wrist, never any rush to get things started, always making his opponents wait. As Togo whispers things into Evil's ear of more than likely a little bit of strategy, both with some too sweets. The fans are ready for this one as they clap in approval. Black and red knee pads for Tetsayu Naito, black and red shorts, white legit boots. That knee is a little bit taped under that knee pad, as most wrestlers in this tournament. Soreness, injuries, the bell rung, and here we go. 30-minute time limit. What are the odds if they go to a draw? That would be something else. The finals are on the mind of Tetsayu Naito. Getting to double digits on the mind of Evil. Both men more than likely will reach the finals. They are the leaders in points in the B block. Neither man rushing in, the crowd clapping, trying to get ready for this main event matchup. Both men pacing, not rushing in, not wanting to make a mistake early. Went for the bow and elbow tie-up, but a kick to the midsection drops Tetsayu Naito. Side headlock placed on Naito by Evil, really wrenching it in. Turns him around, still really wrenching that thing in. As Naito backs him up into the ropes, bounces off, pushes off. Shoulder block by Evil, sending Naito down to the mat. Off the ropes, jumps over Tetsayu Naito. Nice arm drag by Naito. Kick to the midsection, bounces off the ropes. Running Hurricane Rana by Naito to Evil, and Evil takes himself to the outside. Naito bounces off the ropes, goes for the dive, sells it, rolls, and poses in the middle of the ring. Togo did push Evil out of the way, but it looks to me that Naito was planning on not going through the ropes anyway, as he ever so relaxingly keeps his eyes on Evil. Still on the ring mat. Evil's looking for weapons already. Oh, here we go. He's got himself a chair. Nothing but bad intentions on the mind of the King of Darkness. Telling the referee to back Naito up. Drops the chair, runs in the ring. Kick to the midsection, elbow to the back of the head, pulling the hair of Evil. Hard elbow right to the side of the face. Snapmare delivered by Naito to Evil. Pulling the hair again, wrenching back on the chin. Pulled back, switching back and forth between pulling the hair, reaching the head back, and pulling on the chin. Really paying attention to where old Red Shoes is. Hard elbow right to the top of the head. Sits back down. Knee right in the spine. Driving it in. As Evil ever so desperately reaches for the ropes, Naito pulls him back up. Got the leg vice bow and arrow lock on Evil, does Tetsayu Naito. Evil trying to bounce himself over, rolls his body, trying to reach the bottom rope, and he gets to the bottom rope. Naito will have to release the hold. The referee admonishing Naito. He said, "The hell with counting, I'm breaking this myself." Naito is all smiles. Evil holding the back of his head. Another stiff kick to the gut of Evil. Hard elbow to the back of the neck. And a hard forearm smash to the back of the neck. Elbow to the face, pulling the hair. Another elbow to the face. And a third, really setting him up for Destino early. Weakening the head and neck area of Evil. so he can't kick out even once of Destino, and delivers another elbow to the side of the face. Irish whip, Evil counters, bounces off, throw, tripped by Togo, and pulled out of the ring is Naito. Togo, right hand to the face of Naito as Evil distracts the referee. Togo hits him another time, right in the face. Irish whip into the barricade, forcing the door open. Naito is down and in pain. Rolling on the floor as Evil reaches under the ring again. Up more chairs by Evil for attacking Tetsayu Naito, laying him down so the referee can't see. What is he going to do to Naito over here on the outside of the ring? Snap suplex attempt. No, Naito counters. Oh, drop toe hold, and Naito right in the face onto the chairs. All it took was a little bit of interference by Togo to turn this match around for Evil. Once again, distracting old Red Shoes, pulling his attention away from the nefarious deeds of Evil. And oh my God, he wrapped the chair around his head and hit the chair with another one, spinning the chair off of Naito's head, and Naito is down on the outside. Old Red Shoes knows something happened. He's telling Evil, get in that ring. I am tired of your nonsense. And now Evil going more dastardly, removing the blue turnbuckle pad. Or, well, working on removing it. He has removed it and kicked it out of the ring so the referee is not able to grab it and put it back on. As Naito is still down. Evil posing for the crowd, telling him he's oh so close to defeating Tetsayu Naito. 15 right now as Naito tries to get back into the ring. 17 rolls into the ring at 18. Evil wasting no time, grabs Tetsayu Naito, swinging neckbreaker. Cover 1, 2. Naito kicks out at 2. Pulling back on the chin with the vice turnabout is fair play. Pulling on the hair, just like Naito was to him just a few short minutes ago. Naito in immense pain after all the damage on the floor. Squeeze in the face of Tetsayu Naito between his arms in a vice. The hands are locked. Naito in all kinds of trouble right now, trying to roll over to get to a vertical base. Hard shot to the midsection and another fist to the midsection by Naito to Evil. Forearm smash, Irish whip into the exposed turnbuckle, and Naito is down and writhing in pain. Evil is posing for the crowd, having his way with Tetsayu Naito. Crowd clapping, trying to get Naito back into this match. He grabs Naito by the arm. Fisherman suplex. Nope. Nato's able to keep his weight lowered. Lower mass than Evil. Naito still blocking it. Both men jockeying for position. He's able to get Naito up, but Naito uses his body weight to force him down. Chop forces Naito down, and Evil misses the senton attempt. Both men down on the mat. Naito trying to get back into this, and Evil's trying to shake the cobwebs out. He might have hit the back of his head as well as his back when he missed that senton. Evil back to his feet first. Hard right hand by Naito and a kick to the midsection forearm shot. Irish whip countered by Naito. Reverse elbow and a running drop kick right to the spine of Evil. Nato's starting to feel it, getting back into this matchup. Irish whip into the corner, charges Evil. Running single leg drop kick, slingshot drop kick to a seated Evil in the corner. Runs a drop kick to Dick Togo, who runs into the barricade and falls to the floor. Naito ducks under the clothesline attempt. Neckbreaker to the knee. Cover. 1, 2. Evil kicks out at 2. Naito's finally able to get the cobwebs loose. Starting to recover from that assault on the outside earlier. Still focused on his game plan of working the head and neck, softening him up for Destino. Hard stomps to the back of the head from Naito to Evil. Neckbreaker attempt by Naito. Evil grabs the hair, spins him back around. Releases the hair, grabs the leg, throws it at the referee, and catches him with a thrust kick into the midsection. Now the question is, who gets to their feet first? Evil still holding his neck, but getting ready to assault Tetsayu Naito once again. Naito pulling himself back up in one of the neutral corners. Evil charges, goes for the double stomp. Does Naito countered, and a clothesline to the back of the neck of Naito. Jumping stomp to a hanging Tetsayu Naito, forcing all of his weight onto Naito, crashing him into the mat. Naito holding his head. He hit hard and awkward in that corner. Crowd still firmly behind their hero, Tetsayu Naito. Tetsayu Naito, did I say that weird? I might have said that weird. Going for that Fisherman Buster once again. Naito drops his weight again, countering the Fisherman Buster, but he's still hooked by Evil. Vertical suplex, knee to the top of the head, stomp to the chest. Side headlock takeover by Naito. Transitions into a nice head vice with the legs. Tetsayu Naito has Evil all locked up, but Dick Togo gets on the apron to get Naito to release the hold. Togo ran into by Evil as he tried to charge Tetsayu Naito. Charges, spine buster by Naito. Cover, 1, 2. Evil kicks out at 2, getting him once again in that vice with his legs, arms wrapped around the neck. Even more pressure applied on the legs. Evil's stomping in pain, will not submit. He needs to roll over and get to the ropes. Naito is in quite the position to where Evil will not be able to roll over to his stomach. Naito is going to have to use all of his strength and body mass to get to the ropes, for they are in the middle of that ring. Evil rolls it into a cover, or 1, 2. Naito rolls through, still has the hold, but enables Evil to get to the bottom rope, and now Naito will have to release the head vice. Evil writhing in pain, holding his head down on the mat as Naito is up on his feet. The crowd is so happy that Naito is back in control. Their hero. They hate Evil. And they love Naito. Is he going to hit Gloria or the pump handle slam, if you will? Evil counters out of it. Hard elbow to the back spine. To the spine. 3 boots to the face of Evil. Slap to the back of the head. Irish whip. Evil counters. Counter by Naito. Swinging DDT. Countered by Evil. Still trying to get that DDT. Evil lowering his body weight so that Naito cannot do it. Fisherman Buster by Evil to Tetsayu Naito. What strength it took by Naito. The 3rd time is the charm when he was going for that Fisherman Buster. Both men are down again. As we are about 15 minutes, I would say, in this matchup. I'm not the timekeeper. I'm just guessing. Evil trying to reposition his elbow pad so that the tape around his right elbow is not revealed. Oh, I was right. They just announced 15 minutes had gone by. I was about 15, 20 seconds off. Naito back on his feet in one of the neutral corners. Evil charges, hard clothesline. Vertical suplex attempt. No, Evil is putting Tetsayu Naito onto the top turnbuckle, going for a superplex this time. Naito tries to fight out of it. Hard shots to the midsection. Eye rake, really digging it into Nato's eyes. It's all the way up to the top. Naito all the way to the top as well. Superplex by Evil to Naito, come crashing down in the center of the ring. Evil with the cover. 1, 2. Naito kicks out at 2. What a cover after that superplex from Evil. All of his weight on top of Naito. Hooked the leg. Hooked both legs. One with his arm, the other with his legs. Sharpshooter by Evil. Very smart here. But he can't get all the way over. He's putting the knee in the back of Naito. Now he rolls, gets his foot all the way over, sitting down on the back of Naito. But Naito is close to the ropes and is get to the ropes. Evil just lost his balance trying to put so much pressure on Naito after he got to the ropes. Naito in a bad way here. Evil in complete control. Taking his time to get to his feet. Resting a little bit on the middle rope. Catching his breath. Here we go. He's waiting for Naito to get up. Not rushing into anything. Looks like he might be setting him up for a vicious lariat once again. Winding up that arm, getting ready for it as Naito, unaware, gets to his feet. Evil bounces off the ropes, goes for the clothesline, blocked by Naito. Elbow, spinning heel kick. Gloria, he hits it. Cover 1, 2. That hammerlock pump handle slam almost put the match away for Naito. As Evil is surprised and out of it right now, he is staring at the lights. As Naito grabs the arm, looks like he may be going for Destino. Countered by Evil, goes for the low blow. Naito got out of the way, elbow to the head, elbow to the side of the head once again, kick to the midsection. Now he's got him all locked up. Another neckbreaker, but countered by Evil. Senton attempt by Evil, really stretching out for it and crashes onto Naito, smothering him in between Evil and the mat. These two men have been going at it from the jump, down on their backs, staring at the lights, trying to catch their breath and recover from the damage that has been done to them. Both wrestlers rolling closer to the ropes to give themselves a little assist to getting up to their feet. Evil's in that corner, the neutral blue corner that was where he removed the pad, as Naito is closer to the red corner. Naito might want to be careful. Don't charge Evil. Don't charge him, Naito. As he charges, Evil boots him in the face. I thought for sure Evil would just dive out of the way. Charges again, a double boot to the chest. Charges again. Naito blocks it, but no, this time he is forced into the ring. Oh my God. Single arm German suplex delivered from Evil to Naito. Bounces off the ropes. Vicious lariat. Cover 1, 2. Naito kicks out at 2. That lariat took Naito in the air before he crashed down to the mat. Fireman's carry position, countered into a short Destino. He didn't get all of it, but what a counter by Naito. The momentum wasn't there like it normally is, as he normally pulls the arm and uses that to increase his momentum and the crashing to the canvas. But Naito is feeling it. The crowd fully behind Naito, trying to get him up and into this matchup to defeat the King of Darkness, Evil. It's like Naito going for a vertical suplex to no avail. Blocked by Evil. Hard shots to the thigh. As the Evil goes for an STO. Countered. Fireman's carry position again. And whoa, hits him with a powerbomb from Fireman's carry. 1, 2. Naito kicks out at 2. Naito is still down in the middle of the ring. Evil's not doing much better, but he is at a semi-vertical position as he gets back to his feet. Throat slash. He is calling for the end. The King of Darkness going for that STO again. Going again, but elbows driven to the back of the head of Evil. Stops his momentum. Naito has the wrist. Looks like he may be setting up for the Destino. Oh, there's those short arm elbows right to the back of the head. 3 in a row. We've seen him many times in this tournament collapse people over and over again with these short arm elbows. Nato's starting to feel he's in complete control. Delivers another and another. A total of 6. Togo runs in, takes a double axe handle right to the face, but gets Naito distracted from delivering more punishment to Evil. Short arm elbow. Evil ducks it. Low blow by Evil to Naito. As Red Shoes was getting Dick Togo out of the ring, not able to see the low blow delivered by the King of Darkness. They don't call him the King of Darkness for nothing. Dastardly deeds always by the Bullet Club in this tournament, as Togo has thrown in 2 chairs in, one right in front of the referee, the other by the King of Darkness. Very smart. You got to give it to him. The referee, but the referee has seen this enough times. He saw Evil with it. But Togo has that choker that he's used before early in this tournament, choking out Naito. Back elbow to Togo. Nice sweep. Togo is down and on the mat on the outside. Evil charges, ducks under the clothesline, does Naito Enziguri. Irish whip. Evil counters. Charging jumping forearm by Naito to Evil. Went for Valentia. Evil countered. Everything is Evil countered. Destino! It's hit right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2. Then Evil kicks out at 2 from the counter Destino. What a transition by both men, countering both and then hit and countered. Hit and kicked out of the Destino. Here we go. Destino! Evil rolls out of it. That STO, everything is Evil. That STO was vicious. Cover 1, 2, 3. The King of Darkness has defeated Tetsayu Naito with everything is Evil. That vicious STO delivered by the King of Darkness, defeating Tetsayu Naito and tying the point total between the two here in the G1 Climax tournament. What a brutal matchup. 2 men with a hell of a score to settle ever since they disbanded as friends and the King of Darkness left Inaugurals Day Japan for the Bullet Club. But there you have it, Bruzernation. One hell of a main event between Naito and Evil. very special thank you to all the members of the Bruzer Nation out there. Thank you so much for listening. You truly do make this worthwhile. Reach out at BruzernationProductions.com or tweet us at BruzernationPR and continue the conversation on all things professional wrestling. And while I'm out here thanking people, I should thank VoicesOfWrestling.com for all the stats they provide for the Bruze Cruze Tale of the Tournament. My podcasting co-host for the Turnbuckle, Logan Morris and Travis Napper. Special thank you for you guys too. Thanks to the Ohio Media School for teaching me all I know about content creation, the Score on Air Network for helping me find my podcasting and commentary voice, and last but not least, my awesome son Jason for always being supportive and understanding of my busy ass schedule. And until next time, Bruzer Nation, stay good, 'cause I'm always good.